How to attach the electronic vehicle registration certificate number on your SGD. First, consignee or his agent applies for vehicle registration certificate to Federal Ministry of Finance through forecourt company before or after their imported vehicle arrives in Nigeria. When Vreg certificate has been approved, forecourt sends the electronic copy of your Vreg to NICIS system through web service and save it on our database. Its status will be unused. So this is the sample of approved Vreg. It has Vreg number, vehicle identification number, consignee code, declarant code, vehicle information such as color, maker, year, etc., etc. And then it has also the price. And on the right side of the window, I have the fill SGD page, which I have initially captured some of the information. Now, what are the controls or validation in place during attachment of Vreg to SGD? Before we attach this approved Vreg, let me remind you that you must ensure that the consignee code and the declarant code of SGD must be same with what is declared on your Vreg. Okay. Let us see what is the item. The item is a vehicle HS code, and the system auto-populates the VIN. Any vehicle that the system identifies that it requires VIN, this will be available. Okay, so let us try to attach Vreg. So let us click on Add button. A pop-up window, new VIN will be displayed. Let us select the item number where this VIN will be linked. And let us try to capture this or copy the VIN. And also capture the other information for this VIN. For the purpose of demo, I'll just capture some data. But of course, in actual, you must use the correct data. Here, let's just use the correct price of the vehicle. So, if you will notice that I left the Vreg field empty and try to add. Okay, so it means that the Vreg field is a mandatory. You won't be able to add any VIN without Vreg. So let us try to add any Vreg. Let's try to put the Vreg but change the number. And again, let's try to add. The system displays another error saying that the Vreg is already cancelled. So you won't be able to attach a Vreg having a cancelled status. Okay. So let us try to use another Vreg. And let us add again and see how the system behaves. Okay. Here, there are two errors the systems display. First, this Vreg is already used in other SGD, so you won't be able to use it. The Vreg usage is 1:1, one SGD, one Vreg. Another error displayed is the vehicle with the same VIN code already exists. So you won't be able to add the VIN that already used. Okay, now let us try again to add this. And let's try to add any Vreg here. I modified the Vreg and see. Let us see how the system will behave. So it means that this Vreg that I just captured is not available in our database. So you won't be able to capture any Vreg information on this field, not unless it is available on our database. So now let me correct the Vreg, but let me just use different VIN. And let's click on add button and let us see. Okay. If you will notice, we use the correct Vreg but different VIN. So again, the system will block the user and display an error saying that the VIN code in SGD is not the same as the one in Vreg. So now let us use the correct VIN. And the system will pop up a notification message that we have successfully added the VIN since we used the correct VIN, the correct VREG, the correct consignee code, the correct declarant code. What if I use different consignee code? Then either you click or you hit on verify or assess button. Let's see how the system will behave. The system displays an error. Company code in SGD is not the same as the one in VREG. So again, before we start, I have told you that we must ensure that the consignee code and the declarant code should be the same on what is declared on your approved VREG. Otherwise, the system will block you or will display an error. Now, you have seen or I have demoed the current controls in place. When you are attaching VIN with VREG, and when you are changing some of information and names or names and parties. So those are the in-place controls and validation we have. So now, let us assume that you verify and assess this SGD and continuous processing up to physical examination. The officer carries out the physical examination and he found out that your declared VIN is not matching on the actual vehicle's VIN. So the officer on red lane will reroute your SGD to query an amendment to change the VIN. Once the query and amendment change the VIN, the VREG attached on it will be released and you will receive a sample notification shown on the window. Dear agent, declaration with the following assessment reference has now incomplete VREG process. Please access the TPM ESGD application to conduct the respective changes. So you will be notified whenever your declared VIN has been modified. So you can contact NCS and confirm if this information is correct. If the information is incorrect, again, what you will do is to apply for another vehicle registration certificate to Federal Minister of Finance through FORCOR and indicate the correct VIN. So when the VREG certificate has been approved, again, they will send us the electronic copy and it's time for you to update your SGD. How to update your SGD? Let me show you. Let us look for any SGD here. Status is selected, but if you will notice that it has pencil icon. So it means that the VIN was changed at query amendment section. So let us try to update VREG. Okay. The sample I am displaying right now has two VINs. If you will notice here, only the modified VREG will have edit VIN icon. So if you want to correct or to update the VREG, you'll just click on edit VIN. So when you are editing VIN, the controls here are the same during the capturing. You won't be able to add, canceled, use VREG with incorrect information, VREG that are not available on our database. So let's try to use another VREG here just to have a demo for you how to add. Again, let's say we'll add SGD. So let's just try to add another one until. So I hope this one will work. Okay, I have successfully modified it. I did a modification from back end, so I was able to modify successfully. So once you have corrected the correct or added the correct VREG for the correct VIN, now you can resubmit by clicking update VREG. Okay, so it shows in the window that you have successfully updated the VREG and your SGD will be available again for NCS to continue its processing. So that is how we control the VREG.